Yeah, this is Cool Me 133 doing another review, and today I'm reviewing the Piers Morgan show, which was hosted by Arsenio Hall since Piers Morgan wasn't there, and it was good to see. It was oh, I just want to say hi to all the people in Barbados. I just got back from Barbados. It's a very nice place. Barbados is very nice. People are very nice. Okay. Arsenio Hall took the hosting position for one night off the Piers Morgan show. Okay, and it's good to see Arsenio Hall back. Good to see Arsenio Hall. I know he was on The Apprentice. I seen the commercials and whatnot. But I ain't really watching The Apprentice because you know what? I ain't got no time. It's not that I don't have time for it. It's just that, come on, you gotta pay me to watch Apprentice. Apprentice is like, yo, it's all right, but it's not that all right. Anyway, Arsenio Hall was on Piers Morgan, and yeah, he looked it pretty good. It was pretty good. Uh, he had at first he had on Dr. Drew. I call him Dr. Buzzkill. You know what, Dr. Drew? He's one of them vultures that just feed on everybody else's misery. Anyway, that's my own shit. In a way, he's okay. I mean, he did give some good advice on if you talk. Don't think your kid is not a bully because your kid could be a bully and he could be bullied one day and then he turned into the bully the next day. He gave some pretty good advice. But still, Dr. Drew, he's everywhere on television, and I don't know, it's Dr. Drew. I know he was with the other dude before. I think Adam Sandler. They had their own show on the radio, Love Line. I used to watch that all the time. I mean, not watch. I used to listen to it. Anyway, Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall. You know what? I remember the Arsenio Hall show, the late night show on Arsenio Hall. I used to watch that show all the time. It came on. I think it started in 1998. Yeah, it started in 1989. 1989, the Arsenio Hall show. Okay, and the night Eddie Murphy was on. Anytime Eddie Murphy was on the Arsenio Hall. Anytime Eddie Murphy on, everybody watched. Anyway, I was watching. I watched the night Eddie Murphy was on, and when Michael Jackson came out, and it was amazing. It was just an amazing show. That particular scene on that show was amazing with Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, and Michael Jackson. Wow. And Michael Jackson, even then, Michael Jackson was like, yo, they gave Michael Jackson this crazy award because Michael Jackson gave him the award. They gave Michael Jackson the award. Yo, it was. Anyway, I watched it, and and Dr. Drew and Eddie. I know Eddie Murphy from Coming to America. I think that's one of the that's got to be one of the funniest movies ever. That's got to be one of the funniest movies. Eddie Murphy played Sammy. Uh, Eddie Murphy played Akeem, and Arsenio Hall played Sammy. And that was a funny movie. That was a funny movie. Anyway, the Dr. Drew, Arsenio Hall interviewed Dr. Drew and this other lady, uh, Bloom, Lisa Bloom. She had just wrote a book or something. Anyway, she was blonde, so the blonde dude. Anyway, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good thing. Eddie Murphy carried himself, really, Eddie Murphy was doing it. He was trying to make things more sensational than it was. You know how I feel about that case? That guy they're giving that guy up to 10 years. He might do 5 to 10 years because the guy that he filmed doing that homosexual act killed himself. Listen, I always say, they lock more people up in this country than any place. They lock you up for anything in here. Come on, man. There got to be more solutions than putting people in jail. Come on, man. That's the bottom line, man. That's the bottom line. You want to put everybody in jail. You know what? You can't put everybody in jail. Anyway, they're going to lock this guy up. And they say he had a chance to plea bargain and not do no time. But, well, my man wanted to take it to court. And you know what? And who could blame him? You know what I'm saying? And especially if you think you're innocent, and the jury convicted him, man. You're not in charge of somebody gonna kill themselves or not, man. You know what? Don't kill yourself, man. If he would have told a guy, listen, I'm going to kill myself, the guy would have told him, yo, don't go kill yourself, man. Don't do it, man. I don't think he would have pushed that guy off the bridge if he was standing next to him. I think, nah. Anyway, they talked about that, and it was pretty good. Arsenio said something like, he said, is this going to be as big as Brown versus Board of Education? Come on, Arsenio. Come on, Brown versus Board of Education was huge. This is like, even though they're locking people, they locked this guy up, and anyway, they say they're trying to make an example out of him. Believe me, people gonna be bullied, and people gonna be bullying people. It goes on everywhere. Countries do it, companies do it, people do it, housewives do it, husbands do it, bosses do it, employees do it. Somebody gets people. That's just the way it is. Sometimes, you know what? All you gotta do is handle yourself. I don't know, cyber bullies. Yeah, a lot of cyber bullies. I met cyber bullies online. So what? It's no big deal. I mean, come on. He must have had a whole lot of other stuff on his mind besides that film when he went and did that. I can't speculate on what the guy had in mind, but you know what? I'm sorry he did it, man. It's something. It's a terrible thing to commit suicide. Anyway, Eddie Murphy. Arsenio Hall. He looked it pretty good. And then he had on. Then they left, and he had on. That basketball Magic Johnson and his wife. Okay. That wasn't a good interview. It was like. He brought his wife on. It's sort of like he brought his wife on to protect him from the hard questions. Because as far as Magic Johnson goes, you know what? First thing people want to ask is, who gave it to you? Who gave you the HIV? Did you get in contact with people after you caught HIV? How come you get HIV and your wife don't? How can you have HIV and your wife is pregnant for you and having a child and all this? I mean, and a baby. That's the mystery. That's the mystery of HIV. You see, HIV was this disease where you was gonna die, but you didn't look like you was gonna die. You looked it okay. But if the doctor tells you got HIV, you're gonna die. You look like you're gonna. And let me tell you something. I guess it's like cancer, but listen. I know it costed a lot of money. People on Medicare was paying a lot of money to a lot of doctors, for a lot of expensive medicine, for something that's really strange. I mean, it's not like most diseases, most sexual diseases where if you have sex with them, then they got it. You know what I mean? But HIV was like, if you can have sex with somebody and then I get it, So HIV was a strange thing anyway. Okay, and for the kill, cause how you gonna? They ain't got no kill, so. And you know what? And Magic Johnson was always in pictures and everything. You know he was making big dollars off that. You know he was making big dollars from pharmaceuticals. Um, listen, and, and Magic Johnson, I wasn't really. You know what? I'm not a big basketball fan. You know, he supposed to be putting on a play with Larry Bird and all this kind of stuff. You know what? I'm not. Went all through that time. I was never a big. You know, I guess they played, but I wasn't. I was a big Michael Jordan fan. Now, if Jordan was playing, then I would watch it. Before as the other people, anyway, Arsenio Hall, he did a really good job. You know, I like him working without an audience. He didn't need no audience. He had a fade. Fade looked good. You know, Arsenio Hall is real cool. He's a real cool guy. You know, I hope he get his own show. He should have had Eddie Murphy on there, but I don't know. Arsenio Hall, Eddie Murphy, man. Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy was the perfect comedy team. Harlem Nights. Arsenio Hall should have got a bigger role on Harlem Nights. Okay? Before Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy go, Coming to America is one of the greatest movies ever made. Okay? And I like this show. I hope they give him his own show. This is Cool Me 133 giving you another review for free.